if I don't know what the goal is, I can't really write out the steps. I don't know what find an appropriate sponsor looks like when I'm actually trying to give myself to-dos, right?
So I did reach out to some people to see if they could submit some possible goals, right? Some possible goals and how to actually implement what we've just been talking about, what Kate has been walking you through those 5 steps. So we're going to go ahead and cover it now. Kate, are you ready? Are you ready?
I'm so
okay,
ready.
Here we go.
Yeah.
All right. So here we go. So this is one of the things that we got for our show, Cracking the Code of Spy Movies. We would like to grow our listenership by 30% or more next year and find an appropriate sponsor for our show website. So what do you think, Kate?
Okay. I like the specificity of growing your listenership by 30%. That's a great start there. I would love to focus on finding an appropriate sponsor because I think that that is where you need to be a lot more specific. And I think we're going to be maybe talking about a listenership growth goal after this one if we have time. So,
yes.
Okay. So this is what I would do as an example to get way more specific about finding an appropriate sponsor. I would say, I want to book a sponsor for Q1 at $200 an episode, 4 episodes per month. That's super specific. It is time bound. And now that I have those details, I can actually write out a set of steps to help myself accomplish that goal. If I don't know what the goal is, I can't really write out the steps. I don't know what find an appropriate sponsor looks like when I'm actually trying to give myself to-dos, right?
Yeah.
And so I think that is, again, that was what we talked about at the very beginning. It's so critical as that foundation. Otherwise, you're going to be spinning your wheels being like, I don't really know what it means either. So I guess I'll just keep it on my list and maybe get to it.
Yeah, because it feels so scary. If you think about it, You're just like, find an appropriate sponsor. You're like, I'm setting it the time. I don't even know what step 1,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Totally.
So, but I love that they're thinking about this, and I love that they're actually writing it out, and I love that they're declaring it because all of that is totally necessary. And so let's say that is the clarity that we give ourselves around this goal. Now I know that one of my first steps is going to be, I need to create like a one sheet or a landing page that describes the sponsorship package. It's $200 per episode. It's 4 episodes per month. And I want to do it for a quarter at a time. So now I've given myself my first step. I need to create a one sheet of my sponsorship package. And that's the one sheet I'm going to use when I actually go out to reach out to my potential sponsors so that they know what I have to offer. So that would be step 1. And this is really like, okay, so creating a system around this, like these are just the steps that I would lay out in order to approach this goal right now. And in this, you will see which steps would actually make the system. Creating the one sheet is a one-time thing. We're going to do that once and then we'll check up on it. Maybe we have updates, our listenership grows, our sponsorship packages become more robust, yada, yada, yada. So step 2, I need to research my potential sponsors. And the fact that they said, I want to find an appropriate sponsor tells me that maybe they're still trying to figure out, like, given my audience, what type of sponsor would I bring on? What would my audience be interested in? What are some of my audience's biggest pain points? They don't know what the best spy movies to watch are. So maybe your sponsor is a movie critic who focuses on spy movies. This is obviously not my area of expertise, so take my recommendations with a grain of salt.
You're like, what? You're not a pro on spy movies? So.
Yeah, I should have studied up on that. So that's step 2 is researching potential sponsors. Step 3, I would say, is to reach out to those potential sponsors that you found. Include your one sheet, send an email, go to their website, go to their contact form. If they don't have a contact form on their website, reach out to them on social media, send them your one sheet plus the specifics on why you think that they'd be a great fit for your show and why you think that your audience is a great fit for them, why your audience would be interested. So that outreach. Step 3, step 4, follow up. Follow up is always on you. I like to live by this rule because otherwise the ball just drops everywhere.
Yeah.
So got to have follow up in there. And so these steps, researching potential sponsors, reaching out to them, following up, that's all part of a system right there. That's 3 steps of a system for sponsorship outreach. Number 5, if you receive interest from any of these potential sponsors, in my opinion, next step is to book a call. I think you should get on a call with them, preferably face to face, so that you can meet them, so that they can see how serious you are about this, and you can talk about your audience and about what you have to offer them. They can ask questions. Maybe you have some questions for them. Again, that's another step in your process. 6 is to hopefully lock in that sponsorship. Maybe you do it right on the phone. Maybe they say, I'm going to talk to my team. I'm going to get back to you. Again, repeat the follow-up step. Always have a follow-up in place. Number 7, if you lock them in, send an agreement, an initial invoice. Of course, you've talked payment terms by this point if they have agreed to come on as a sponsor. And then step 8, request talking points. You got to write those sponsorship reads. You're going to send them for their review and approval. That's step 9. Step 10, record those sponsorship spots. Step 11, send the air checks over for their review and approval. Step 12, air the spots. And maybe you have in your agreement that you're going to follow up with the number of downloads 30 days post the episode going live, or maybe that's not a part of the agreement. And then step 13, follow up on that payment. Make sure you got paid.
That's the most important one. No.
Yeah.
This is great. So good, y'all. Y'all can stop this and then rewind it and then listen to that whole thing again and make sure that you put those little steps for yourself in there, because that is so good. It's so good to know that you can repeat that over and over and over again, and you don't have to recreate the wheel.